Alright, welcome to the Rokani Media Football. Hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. This is the Football News Show, and we come here and obviously show you exactly how things are really moving on. Rashford to Arsenal transfer uplift is on, and we're here to obviously it that a lot really goes on. You remember, it had died a natural death ever since the end of the season. You remember how Marcus Rashford links to Arsenal are really buzzing all over different media outlets. And the shocker of all was, one, hear me out. The shocker of all was one, that Mikel Arteta held a secret meeting with Marcus Rashford, and that was something huge alleged on this boy and Mikel Arteta, and we'll see how the end justifies the means in here onto this channel. So we're here to discuss Marcus Rashford to Man United transfer uplift, because it's in there huge, and I'm going to be discussing everything in here onto the Rokani Media Football. Let's see close to 300 likes plus much in this video. Don't forget to subscribe so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. It's a Thursday. I'm gonna be bringing you the match preview of Germany versus Germany is opening up tomorrow in the Euros, and I'm going to be coming up here to obviously bring you that huge update concerning that beautiful game of football that is going to be played in Germany. And I'm going to really I'm going to be letting you know who is fit, who is injured, and who is not really available for the occasion. And that is really going to be huge. And continue to subscribe, my mates. Now, Marcus Rashford is one of those players that really had a very bad season in the club of Manchester United. And to my surprise, very many Arsenal fans have gone ahead obviously find this deal worthy it. And they are saying they need obviously have Marcus Rashford play the game of football at their stadium, And looks like with the silence that has gone ahead to cover all these transfers, there is a huge boost for Marcus Rashford linking him to the club of Arsenal. And if at all Arsenal can push enough, they might get Marcus Rashford at Emirates. Now, Mail Sport says Manchester United will listen to offers for homegrown player Marcus Rashford. That is Mail Sport. And then Time said Manchester United will consider selling Marcus Rashford this summer if he pushed to move. And what has been the cause and the reason? Marcus Rashford is really one of those players that has been hinted onto having a new challenge to obviously enhance his career or maybe hit his ceiling. And Mikel Arteta is being looked at to as a manager to obviously take his career to the ceiling that people have always gone ahead obviously consider huge, and yet he's really playing as an average player. On his best day, he looked like one of the best left forwards in the world. But on his worst day, he looked like a player who doesn't deserve to play in the Premier League. So that's how ugly it gets. And for the side of Arsenal, they have to do the needful, because if Marcus Rashford pushes, then this will put push to shove. That is it. If Marcus Rashford doesn't put push to shove, then nothing will obviously come up into the mix. So it looks like it's Man United not bothered on Marcus Rashford leaving or not. If he decides to stay, he will start the club of Manchester United. They can obviously have him around. But if he decides not to stay at the club of Manchester United, Arsenal will be like, Man United will be like, if Arsenal gets us the money we want, then we can get Marcus Rashford in, and tell him, please, our journey has been really good with you and it comes to an end. And they'll be like, the problem is, can Arsenal get us 70 million quid that we want? And Man United badly needs money. That's why you see to it that list of homegrown players has gone ahead to obviously have more two players, Mason Greenwood and Scott McTominay. Rashford is valued for 70 million pounds, Mason Greenwood 40, and Scott McTominay 40. Meaning that if Man United sells those two players, they can obviously get in close to 150 million pounds, and that will be pure profit. It also resonates to what Arsenal wants to do on selling these players. Emily Smith-Rowe, Eddie Nketiah, and and Rest Nelson. All those are home-based, homegrown players. And when Arsenal sells them, that will be pure profit. If you sell Emily Smith-Rowe for 40, Nketiah for 35, that is 75. Rest Nelson for like 25. That is close to 100 million pounds, and that will be huge profit for the club of Arsenal, because every time you sell a homegrown player, like they've gone ahead to sell the likes of there is this guy called he's called Willock, Joe Willock. Arsenal sold him for like, was it 20 to 30 million pounds? Huge profit coming in there, and very many other homegrown players into the mix. So that's what Arsenal is all about. Looks like the Mail Sport have gone ahead to really peep through the decisions of Manchester United, and maybe Marcus Rashford will be the man to obviously come in through. Marcus Rashford is on a holiday. He said he's gonna be off social media for some time. He hasn't posted anything, and we don't know when he's gonna be back on social media. That is Marcus Rashford. But on the side of Manchester United, it will take a decision of Erik ten Hag to let Marcus Rashford go. However much people put out stories that if Erik ten Hag stays as the manager of Manchester United, Marcus Rashford will leave because he has failed to obviously improve him as a player. And I told people, all those are lies, because Marcus Rashford's best season was achieved under the management of Erik ten Hag. Now, how do you dare come out and really say that you don't really hail, or Marcus Rashford doesn't hail Marcus Rashford doesn't really hail Erik ten Hag in high esteem? He has to, because he came in through and Marcus Rashford had gone ahead to have a horrible season under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Ralf Rangnick. But when this guy came in through, everything turned rosy for the side of Manchester United through Marcus Rashford. So, in so doing, Rashford will have to obviously do a lot at the club of Manchester United, and he'll have to obviously put in a very good shift, at that stadium, because Erik ten Hag would want to obviously keep him. But if the player says, I'm fed up of Manchester United, I'm going to be going to Arsenal, then that won't be really blocked, because Man United also want the money to obviously lift up their squad, or beef up their squad. But Arsenal fans, I warn you, most of you, when I do these videos of Marcus Rashford, you say, let us get in Rashford. But he's a player who is not really of that high quality, and his efficiency sometimes lacks because of his inconsistency. And I've always gone ahead to let you know that Rashford looks like a finished article, but for me, a player who is a finished article is a proven player, like a player who can go 4 seasons scoring 20 goals plus. For me, that's a proven forward, But for Marcus Rashford, he'll come and give you one good season, he dies for the next season, and next season he shows up. That's my problem with Marcus Rashford, you understand? I don't want players who blow hot and cold. I want people who really put their team, their efforts to the best every time they really step up onto the field of play. And it's not that United had a very worst season, but there are players that went ahead to show up onto the occasion. For example, Rasmus Højlund, Kobe Mainoo, Alejandro Garnacho. Did you see the effort they really put up? It was really huge. So I don't want people to say to it that United really had the worst season, and if Rashford was at Arsenal, I've got him to perform better. The boy had problems. I don't know what is really affecting him mentally. Something that Erik ten Hag has to get out of his head. But he's up for sale if he pushes to go, and if at all a variable offer is really coming through. But PSG was one of those teams that we are really pushing hard to obviously get him in, and we wait to see whether they are going to obviously continue with their pursuit for Marcus Rashford into the mix. So, with Erik ten Hag confirmed as the manager of Manchester United, amidst all the rumors that we are really bubbling around Old Trafford is going to be sacked, a big decision is yet to be made at Man United on whether to keep Marcus Rashford or sell him. He's on astronomical wages, £300,000 a week. That is Marcus Rashford for you, and that's what he earns, and that's what is going to obviously put out into the mix. So, That is Marcus Rashford for you, and that's the first video of the day that I'm gonna hit, obviously coming through and really put up to you. I'm calling upon for your reactions into the comment section below. Would you want this guy to go in for? Would you want this guy to go in for? Would you want Arsenal to go in for Marcus Rashford if I told Marcus Rashford pushes to leave Manchester United? 2. Do you think Marcus Rashford is worth 70 million pounds? Because United want between 70 and 80 million pounds. I sign out. See you later. And let's continue to subscribe because we want to hit 22,000 subscribers onto this beautiful YouTube channel of ours. I'm out. See you later.